All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So we got quite a bit of green, quite a bit of red here on the board. Actionable list also about 50-50. Oh, Netflix with a pretty good move up. Moved down to the 200A. Pretty good for little bounce plays. INSG trying to make a run for it. Even in kind of a choppy market environment, INSG seems to have some momentum. Yesterday with a big volume day. That's pretty good. Take Two Interactive. Roku. New highs just poking. Acacia. Everything appears to be resting. Couple things moving, but a lot of resting right now. MKC breaking down slightly. Match pulling in from highs. Fox still lower. Team SIVB came all the way back down to that lower trend line. So far, failure bounce. INS finally pulling in. Market coming to punish that little guy. SE has earnings today. They're up 17%. And that's about it. INSG appears to be the winner right now. Take Two Interactive coming off of a run to the 200-day moving average, it looks like. What is that? Should be the, oh, it's a monthly, 40 month. Yeah, 40 month is not the 200 day. It's like this, like the 6,000 day or something, whatever it is. So but Take Two kind of getting with it right there after earnings. Looks like earnings went well. Jumped up, had a pullback. Now we're trying to come back out of this again. This looks fairly interesting right here. One of the few things. Hmm. wouldn't be too bad. All right, what else we got? Beyond Meat up here, taking leadership of the day. Yeah, we mentioned some of these MJ stocks yesterday. Cron breaking that trend line today. Looks like it's accelerating out of it. That's pretty good. You mentioned the volume on Cron yesterday. Looks like it never quite came back. And we did get pretty close to average volume. Good morning, Jake. Thank you for saying hello. It's getting pretty lonely in here. It's all good. Rob must be working or sleeping. Don't know what he's doing. Can't work or sleep. There's trading to do. Or at least lurking to do. You're buying some Tesla? Oh, suka now. Take a look. 202. Is this a trade or a longer term hold, Jake? Looks like quite a bit of volume down here. We're not really moving lower that much. May end up being an okay thing, but there's still tons of distribution. Tesla's just not my bag of chips right now. I'd probably rather buy it on the way up. Trade only. It seems to be capped at this gapping area right here about the 208. Yes, I mean, I guess your stop loss could be down here at the 195.25, but it's probably going to undercut that low at some point. Yeah, I'd like to say it's a decent buy down here, just I can't get behind it. Trying to go back to that 150. Trying to figure out what was different between then and, because I bought this 150 dip back here. Oh, 199. Oh, okay. Oh, so yeah, you got a little bit of holding power then. You didn't buy up here at like 205, 204. That's good. So I'm trying to figure out what was the difference between this and this. Definitely had an elevated volume and kind of a cascade of price. Under all the trend lines right there. Oh, today at the open? Wow. Was that a limit order? That's a pretty good fill. It's really close to the low of the day. You're afraid? Then get out of the trade. You don't want to trade while you're afraid. It's not a good existence. So you're afraid because of one of two reasons. Number one, you know you made a mistake, or number two, you're in too heavy. So if you think you're in too heavy, think about if you sold half of your position, how would you feel then? If you'd still feel nervous, you're either still in too heavy or you just made a bad trade for whatever reason. Okay. That's cool. Well, you can be poor and still trade more than you're willing to lose. It has nothing to do with the dollar amount. You can have $100 on the trade and still feel scared. You know, that can still be too much. It has nothing to do with, has to do with percentages. It doesn't have to do with dollars. It's all about percentages. Hold on a sec. All right, let's see. Netflix up 3%. They're trying to get back higher again. Not bad. ISG pulling in ever so slightly. Trade Desk consolidating. Yeah, that's a good point there, Jake. Tesla traded on hype and hope. It seems to be that way. Well, I think a little bit of that's gone away, to be honest with you, just due to the fact that um, a lot. See, I am a big Tesla fan. I got to be honest with you. I'm a big Tesla fan, but logically, at some point, they've got to. At some point, they have to start making some money. And they said themselves that we're past the corner where we're going to make money from here on out. And then they start, and then they trip, and now they're stumbling. That's the problem. Is their execution right now is subpar, which hurts for me to say, but it's a fact. Michael ate a Beyond Burger the other day. Disappointing. Yeah? I have not had one yet. Not opposed to having one, just haven't really gone out of my way to have the opportunity. Tesla and crypto are not related. Not related at all. Tesla's tanking because of Tesla. Check out Kron. Another consolidation. Kron broke that trend line yesterday. Good follow through this morning. We'll see how the day ends up. I was hoping for more volume than that. I was hoping for over average volume yesterday. Kind of a pretty big pocket pivot, but we never got it. We never got it. It's an elevated volume day, but it's yeah, disappointing. Compare Bitcoin and Tesla. You can see a nice pattern. Um, okay. I'm still not. What's this trade that I had going on here? Yeah, I'm still not super. There's nothing between Bitcoin and Tesla. To be correlated, there has to be a correlation. It can't just be the randomness of the chart. There's always some random correlation. But I would actually argue with your point there, Jake, is that Bitcoin trades on hype and hope too. So if there's any kind of thing there, I would go by the hype and hope thing. Okay, 115, 2021, 60. Huh? Sting 3 call. That's weird. These are 10 lots, that's why. Good morning, Nick. Let's see. NBEV. Look at NBEV. Pretty nice flat chart pattern here, descending pattern. Definitely showing a little bit of support. Squeeze between the trend line and this 200-day moving average. What's accumulation distribution on this thing? It's got to be off the charts. Let's go check IBD. '85 composite rating, 99 relative strength, so it's outperforming 99% of the stocks in the market. And today with a pretty nice move up. Manufacturers non-alcoholic beverages, including energy drinks, fruit juices, bottled water, and red RTDT, whatever that is. 71% EPS change last quarter, which is good. 404% sales change last quarter. 170% 3-year sales growth rate. 99 relative strength. Up-down volume is 1. Accumulation is B. Wow. Guess because we're in a low volume area right now. Getting with it this morning, though. At least on the chart here, it looks like a 3% after going flat for a long time. A little tiny curl here. Super, super tiny. See if I have an NBEV trade. I do not. Oh, dang. Has some good action there on some of these options. We're going back to $10. I'm going to have to wait and see. I'll put NBEV back on my actionable list. Speaking of which, let's do some clearing out. I don't think NVIDIA is really actionable right now. I don't think that's actionable. Match is still actionable. SIVB. Oh, Roku pulling in. INS having a red day. So he's been supported at this 50-day moving average, so we'll see if it'll get back down there. Look at that blue line. We undercut it there. We had kind of a cup and handle right there. Once it broke out, it acted as support 1, 2. They mentioned you should buy the first 2 pullbacks to the 50. This would be the 3rd pullback to the 50, so not so good this time around. Hexo. Also at the 50-day, could find support. That may be actionable pretty soon. Acacia, not quite sure if you're ready to go yet. Fox, still hold on to you for a bit longer. MKC, GPK. Chipotle Mexican Grill, still getting really tight up here. Nice little pattern. Hack, trades just not developing. Workday continues to run. Velocity, still doing okay. Team holding in highs. Take Two, not bad. I knew we're off this 200-day moving average. The dotted blue doesn't look bad either. That could get back up to that that 10 whatever level. It's not bad. It likes to get up here to this 10, just about 109. Let's call it 108. Oh. Newer does not have any options. Oh, yeah, they do. NEWR. Huh. Okay, getting nothing on the tool. Interesting. Take Two Interactive. Still doing okay. Team Twilio. Ooh, AEYE. See ya. And SE with good on the breakout right there. All right, thin out the actionable list a little bit. Add some more stuff to it. Not much going on though. I will say this little correction that we're in the middle of right now is a lot less dangerous, I should say, than this other one. So this other one moved very quickly. We had a nice bounce up for 5 days, immediate lower. Last bounce for 7 or 8 days, immediate move lower. This one taking its time. So we went into correction here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days without breaking the low. So we're in danger of a follow-through day. Not that that's a bad thing. But yeah, follow-through day could happen. Yesterday's volume was pretty low. We'll see how today's volume ends up. We could, like I said, get one thing of good news with the trade war, get a follow-through day. Not that that's going to be the end all for the selling in the market, but let's see what Tilray's doing, getting some volume. Tilray with a little bit of picking here around the earnings. After earnings, it's been declining a little bit. Nothing major to concern with, really. NBEV, Cron bouncing. How's Cron? Consolidating nicely. Twitter moving up intraday and trying to form some kind of a basing structure there off of that gap. Coop, new highs again today with earnings coming up. Another blow off top. 6.3, yeah, it's in a week. Or next week. Cyber, also, new highs. ServiceNow, so good. HXL. Cup and Handle. Hey, what's up, Eli? Cup and Handle here on HXL. Let's take a look at this one. '96 composite rating. Makes carbon fibers, reinforcements, prepegs for aerospace. That's cool. I love carbon fiber. Tried to make it once, but I had the wrong resin, so it didn't work out very well. EPS 24%. Not great. I don't see a whole lot of really great stuff for HXL here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 red dots and a yellow. Well, it's a marketing correction. That would be 8 red dots. It would be 9 red dots. Which means you technically aren't supposed to go near it. Are we going cash? We've been cash. I was actually just commenting how the market's not as bad as it was during the last bear market that we had. It's got to be very minimal volume here today. Yeah, we got to have huge volumes come in to try to break us out of this pattern. Some of your beverage MJ companies doing good today. INSG also bounce off that 200-day, working really well. INSG. Wow. Wow, they had earnings and all their stuff went red. 12 red dots on INSG through IBD. That's interesting. Of course, one of them's the market cap, one of them's the price. But still, sales changed 4% last quarter. That's not very good. That's not going to get you institutional support. EPS change 0, just 0. I guess 2 to -3 makes you 0. Year over year, you're at -3. -3. So I guess what that equals? 0. So nothing really for, I mean, on this side of it, on the earnings side, nothing really for INSG to be too excited about, but it's still having a fantastic run for the past year. Crazy. I think I'll watch this one. Wow, UBNT took it hard. $5.10 before market, so that's this day. They sold off before it, and then some suckers bought it up, and then there you go, 127 from 175. Look at that, crazy. So that one's dead for right now. So these MJ stocks looking a little better. Actually, kind of setting up. I think they're trying to put money to work, and they figured, why not this marijuana sector? It's the only way I can kind of figure out what's going on there. NBEV still doing good. Trade Desk. SE's been holding up well. Off of its -186 earnings. I guess that's a positive. I don't know. Take Two Interactive. So more of the same today. A couple things bouncing, a couple things going sideways, a couple things poking up a little bit. Market not doing a whole lot today. We're just pretty flat. I don't think Trump's tweeting this morning. Let's go see what Trump's tweeting. Looks like I closed that tab out. That wasn't very smart. And of course, if I look up too much Donald Trump, my head will explode. Some wall talk, anti-democrat talk. I think that would make my head explode. Presidential harassment. That's a tweet from the president. I'm sorry. Every president's job is to be harassed. It's just the way that it is. If you're going to run for the job, you know what the job entails. And yeah, he's just bitching the whole time. Nothing about trade. Just bitching. Well, I don't have any head on it, Eli. It is very sensitive. No hair on the head equals sensitive head. Oil my head? I do not oil my head. that a thing? People do that? And not too much going on with the markets. We're still trying to wait out this China thing, however long that takes. Could be in for a choppy market ahead, guys, for a while. Till something brilliant comes along here. Cron's one of the more good-looking charts. On oil, I mean, oiling myself sounds strange. Trek's down here towards areas where it's bounced pretty hard. Oh, there you go. Yep. I'm a well-oiled machine. That's my code word for I put coconut oil on my head if you hear that. Let's take a look at Trex all the way down here at the trenches. Been here before. Yeah, I get nothing for Trex. Ameritrade's not giving us all the information there. Make sure it's still working. No, it's not working. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, there we go. There's Trex. Yeah, so Trex has been back up here to this, maybe getting up here to 75 would be something. And see, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. This could be a nice trade on Trex right here. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to go fill my water back up. All right. Back from water break. I kind of like this Trex trade. Let's check this thing out. So Trex here had a big downtrend, had a couple of highs over here. There we go. Maybe that overshot. Maybe it'll get back up to here. About 69. It's not a bad bounce trade off the lows. This thing likes to spike off from these areas, usually in a V fashion. It's already kind of started that. So we could have a nice bounce up and still a failure, even then eclipsing this line. And some good percentage gains. There's some structure here. And I think this one bounced up. I think this one didn't bounce up because it was a higher low. It had a lower low and then a large bounce, then a large drop, and then a large bounce. Now another large drop. Maybe we get a large bounce. And it was lower than the previous low, so shook out a bunch of holders right there. I don't think this is too bad at all. Best case scenario, may get up to that trend line there, about 75. 75 would be great. So there's an opportunity in Trex right there. And let's say the market gets a little bounce too. That'll go good for everything, probably Trex included. Let's see what Trex is like on the IBD. And I'm not really in the Beyond Meat trade. Yeah, Trex not a very well ranked stock. Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, we looked at that earlier. It doesn't look very good. 3-year growth rate. We'll take a look at a second. ROE 48. That's good. 3.6 billion. Woo. Horrible accumulation distribution rating for Trex. Let's take a look at Tesla again. Everybody wants to look at Tesla. Yeah, just consolidating that move this morning. This little tight pattern right there, that's not very good for holders. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason it felt different than this felt over here. Like I said, I think it's the overall conditions of why it's lower. Over there wasn't a whole lot of crazy news. Now you have actual good news. Well, not like good as in the news is good, but you have actual actionable information. What I mean by news. Which by definition, news is not actionable information, at least in investing. Oh, MJ here at 1%. What's MJ doing lately? Yeah, just chilling. Kind of found some support there at that trend line. That's good. MJ could be a place to park some cash. That was not too bad. I'm just going to go through my global list here. Wow, going out to 2030. Will you let me go any further? Come on, I need my chart going out to 2050. Ridiculous. INSG. Looking good today. Look at that coming back already. Volume's been pretty good since after earnings here. Good moves up. Maybe they think they're going to be able to weather this trade war better than most. We did look it up, and they moved their production out of China to, I think it was Philippines or Singapore or something like that. But a good move out here today. Could get a measured move out of this. Appears to be just a little pause. Oh, to kind of take us up to highs on INSG. Whoops. There's NBEV. Pulled back. CGC looking okay. Oh, HXL. Wow, it did break out. That's a breakout for HXL. It doesn't look like volume's going to make 40% over average unless we get just crazy volume coming in here. We did get good volume stepping in, and we'll see if that continues. So HXL breaking out, but volume doesn't appear to be there, and we'll see how that goes. Not sure I'm super interested in that one, personally. CGC looked pretty good on the pullback. This is trying to break out of the pullback. Netflix. Cyberstock still going. I don't see a break to that trend anytime soon. That appears to be the working sector right now. Internet companies, especially cybersecurity. Or pure tech plays, pure web plays. EEFT. Look at that. It's spiking higher. Square, not so much. PayPal doing good. FleetCor, man, just going for it. O'Reilly at the 200. That's a fairly rare occurrence. So you can see there's the 40 period moving average. When it's in an uptrend, you can see right here, it doesn't get down to it very often. Each time is a buy point. Does undercut it, maybe get it on the way back through. Actually, it looks like it's already back through. So if you want to get some O'Reilly, this may be a chance to do it at the 200-day moving average. Now we do have the 50-day to contend with that. Could be a little bit contentious. Can't say exactly. There is a gap there right at about where the 50-day moving average is. So maybe from 366 to 382 may be the move. We'll have to see. And it's only about 4%. That's not too bad. Could get up there pretty quick. There's not a lot of. There's a little shelf right there at about 372, but this morning already clearing recent highs. Could easily get up here to that 380 level. It's just got to clear that one hurdle. That's about 4%. That's not bad. I think I may make that trade. Yeah, pulling in a little bit. See what happens. Ooh, it's a decent spread there. Let's write that one down. Give that a little bit of time. Yeah, it was not bad. All right, ANET down here. Paycom. CTSH Cognizant. Look at this thing on the weekly. Man, undercutting. Lots of volume here on the bottom. That's pretty, actually not bad. Look at all that. Look at all that buying for Cognizant. Wow. Gapped lower and just sat there. And now it's trying to break the structure. Provides custom IT consulting, tech, and outsourcing services for companies. 63 composite rating, which is not good. EPS is all red. Earnings is mostly red. Sales margin ROE has 2 out of 6 red. And accumulation distribution all positive. '18 relative strength rating, so it hasn't been the best performer. But that's a lot of volume right there. That's a lot of eating up of selling pressure. And it's kind of hard to argue with that, especially down here towards lows. Man, there's some decent bottom buying opportunities around there. Whoops. Yeah, that one which was broken. Now you have that longer. You're down here at a much longer term trend line. I don't know if this thing's had any kind of major gaps down in the past. No, there's a big gap down. That one retraced and didn't have too much problem. Another big gap down, came back. Yeah, this thing can come back. And with all this volume, it just may want to do that. I should know that thing 2 days ago. Look at that thing 2 days ago. Good little rally right there. About 3-4%. CTSH accumulation. And lots of it. All right, Noah, that's a falling knife. Domino's Pizza still setting up. Needs to break that 305.34 level. STNE, remember that guy? Yeah, he gapped down pretty hard. He's consolidating that. Volume's okay. Not as good as Cognizant, but maybe it could be a decent place to pick it up if you do some research into that company. GPN new highs, DocuSign. That was Amazon. That Amazon trade's still on the table. Found a pretty good Amazon trade. It's an options trade, obviously, but it's a much longer term play. Actually, it's not that long term. It's just October. Oh, is Berkshire on Amazon? Yeah, I think I heard something about that. Let's see what's going on. Like, oh, you're the biggest company in the world? Now I'll buy some shares. That's a good guy to have backing you. He likes to continuously buy as well. One of the fellows in the office that manage money bought some Amazon, so it will show up in the 13F later this month. So it wasn't Warren Buffett, it was someone else. Well, he goes on to have an entire paragraph. Says it. Yeah, I've been a fan. I've been an idiot for not buying, but I want you to know it's no personality changes taking place. It's probably a joke. This isn't the first time he's lamented about not buying Amazon. Berkshire chairman said in 2018, "It's far surpassed anything I would have dreamt could have been done. Because if I really felt it could have been done, I should have bought it. I had no idea that it had the potential. I blew it." That's what he said. Says I was impressed by Jeff Bezos early. I never thought he'd pull off what he did on the scale of what happened. His change your behavior, everyone's behavior. It's a remarkable thing is he's done it in two industries at the same time that really don't have much connection. Yeah, so wasn't Buffett, it was one of his minions. But either way, Amazon cup and handle trade. Looking pretty good there. Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, we saw Twitter a little bit earlier today. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, good move this morning. Lots of volume too. Wow. Moving for no apparent reason is the best kind of moving. That means institutions are just buying it. There's no major catalyst. They just want it, and so they're buying it. And that is a lot of buying. I mean, that's a ton of buying. When was the last time we had that much buying? There's that day. That's a gap day, though. Look at the volume. It's off the charts. A lot of people buying it. So there's that support at the gap down, and then now it's having another pretty good day. Even on the daily chart, you can see we've already met up, or pretty close to meeting up with yesterday's volume. 8.8. We're at 6.7 an hour into the trading day. So we should eclipse yesterday's. Could even have a nice pocket pivot day here today for Twitter. Like I said, as the market isn't really selling off a tremendous amount. Not, I guess there hasn't been any more horrible headlines. Looks like Twitter going on to form a very large and very deep cup, which basically resets the base count. I think is probably what's happening here. Unless it's just, yeah, 45% cup. Although that is out of a bear market. The S&P did go down 30%. So technically that's in line. S&P went down 30%, so 45 would be 1.5 times what the S&P went down. So technically it's in line. This could be considered a valid cup. So maybe you're just seeing some more accumulation on the right side of a very large base. That could be something. Could absolutely be what's happening here. So Twitter, as we noted last year, out of this big rally here, still under its IPO price. I mean, it's still quite low. Let's look at a very interesting inverted head and shoulders here on the weekly chart too. Could almost argue a neckline at play here. But yeah, excellent volume. Actually, not too bad, Twitter. That should need to look at Twitter a little bit more. All right, let's keep going just down this list here. Amazon, iRobot, Trimble, Sherwin-Williams, AMC. I was in one of those the other day. Yeah, I like it when stocks are up for no apparent reason. That's my favorite. LPLA. Yeah, I don't need that much information. Yeah, let's just see if 90 days will work better. LPLA looks like on the weekly chart, not a 3 weeks tight pattern. It's just a minor consolidation after the break of this double bottom. Up 9%. A little too elevated to get involved here, but looking very strong, looking like it probably will continue. And so your 20% target, right about there, 92. That's not bad. That's not too bad. Lots of good opportunities in here. Maybe this market's just giving us the chance to do some good research and form some good charts before we continue moving higher. LPLA financial advisors to financial advisors. That's literally what they do. So they're the advisors to the advisors. But I'm not mad at this at all. You have a pocket pivot yesterday. Although a lot of that was probably some of the selling volume. Right there. There's some buying there as well. ZTS, interesting little configuration. Kiwi. This is, I believe, a Russian stock, if I'm not mistaken. And look at this. Kind of been very flat here for the past couple of years, as a matter of fact. I don't know about getting back to all-time highs, but that's a very long consolidation. I got to go here in a little bit. EPAM, iRobot, OTEX, P&G, Eli Lilly. CME Group came out very nicely from that declining trend line there. Stars, little pullback. That's one of my better trades in a long time, is that Stars trade. I'm trying to focus on finding more trades like that. It's actually doing some trading reviews, which I don't do nearly enough. I need to still finish it. I was just going back all the trades for this year. I should do that more often. OGRMF, look at that. Bam. We noted that was moving up. I think it was yesterday. Moving up into highs. INVA, no. RealPage pulling back to the 200-day moving average. Cup and handle. And we'll see if it does something. Ooh, that's an ugly chart. That one's not so good. That one's not so good. That one's not so good. Docu still has been pretty bad. Why do I never... Yeah, see, that trend line was just too steep. Yeah, check chart's interesting. Man, 3D printing stocks just can't get with it. Let's take a look at booking. Still in a much deeper consolidation. Trending up since the beginning of the year. You see the upward sloping trend line right there. Nothing quite ready to go yet. I don't know how much growth that stock has left in it. They basically own the online traveling industry. Tima sold off from that merger news. Cisco back near highs is encouraging. Chips went up yesterday because there's a 90-day stay for the Huawei ban for some reason. Yeah, well, see, that's the problem, is the earnings weren't reacting to the tariffs, because they were just enforced, and it was about things that had just left Chinese ports that day. So you can tell, I mean, Trump doesn't like the tariffs. He acts like he does, but he's doing everything he can to not put them on, but he doesn't have any other tool really to get China to the bargaining table. I get what he's doing. Yeah, just hope it's effective. Here's the thing. Everyone likes to bitch about Trump because he's Trump, but I just hope his policy stuff is effective. Not sure I'm a massive fan of the tax cuts. I think we should be doing more to address our deficit. Other than that, I don't like pretty much anything he's done. And most of these other ones on this is probably the very bottom of the list right now. Yeah, we're getting there. And Tesla's down here too. Not bueno. Mygen falling apart. XON, NIO falling apart. Chesapeake Energy, more downside. Broke that rising wedge. And that's it. Yeah, nobody wants to cut. That's a major problem. Yeah, it's a huge problem. It's just it's kind of like, well, you know what? Our credit cards are maxed. May as well max out this last one and go out for a last hurrah. It's kind of what it feels like. I'm like, well, if we do that, can we buy some land for me? Because land's about the only thing to be worth anything. Just stack cash waiting for the impending collapse, but then your cash is worthless probably because it's so inflated at that stage. So I don't even know if stacking cash is advantageous. Buy Bitcoin. Of course, I don't think Bitcoin really conflates to the dollar anyways. Oh, I was watching a Peter Schiff thing, and he was talking about the price of gold. Or no, I think it was Robert Kiyosaki, actually. I saw him, and he was talking about the price of gold and how he owns a bunch of gold and silver and stuff. And it was really funny. And his argument kind of makes sense. Gold versus Federal Reserve. See if there's a chart for this. There you go. Gold in the Fed's balance sheet. I was thinking about this. This chart right here in my head. Robert Kiyosaki was talking about how this is only across these are years. Okay. There we go. Yeah, he was talking about the price of gold and how the dollar was inflating. And my thought process was, okay, well, we really started piling it on, so gold should be straight up here. But gold's been diverging from the Fed's balance sheet, which I don't know why that would be. You could argue, hey, Bitcoin came in here. Now Bitcoin is taking over gold. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. I'll have to give that some thought or something. What's this one? U.S. dollar, federal funds rate, gold, U.S. monetary price. I guess it kind of tracks a little bit. What about Bitcoin, the Fed balance sheet? That's going to be off the charts. Bitcoin, federal balance sheet. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Stay safe out there. And, have a good day. Bye-bye.